We get all day sun, right? Usually about 7 a.m. we'll come across, and it's hot, right? So we have an automatic sprinkler system. 7 in the morning it goes on for 10 minutes, and then 8 o'clock at night it would go on as well for about 10 minutes as well. So we had the basils here last year. We had baby tiny bush basil, which I've never seen before, which is amazing.
Oh, that's the tiny
guys, yeah. So we had that, but we found that the sunlight, the bay leaf tree, was a lot of shade. Yeah. So we moved them to this bed here last year. We had purple basils, the regular basil, Thai basil, like a whole bunch of different kinds. So my cooks would come up here every day, right, in the summer, and they would pick and they would design their fresh sheets for the lunch menu and dinner menus around everything that was in the garden. So it was exciting for them to come up, and because it's a herb garden, right? So things grow, and you can't keep up sometimes with what's going on. So each of the apprentices owns a bed, and they have to look after it, and they have to know what's in it, and then we try and rotate it so there's something different every couple of weeks for them to look after, because it's a project for sure. It's a big garden. It can get away from you if you're not careful.
What's the season for use? Is it April to September, would you say, or it's hard to say?
I would say probably April to September, and we planted a lot of tulips beginning in the spring, in the fall as well, in the spring I should say. So that was important to us to have a bit of colour as well. So it worked really well for us. It was lots of things you can do. It doesn't just have to be summer all the time. So that was a big thing for us as well. The rose garden as well, it's obviously not in bloom now, but we actually would take the rose petals, infuse them in hot honey, let them sit for a week, drain the honey, add it to the yogurt, and then use the yogurt, honey, rose petal scent on the fruit plates at lunch. And lavender shortbread cookies we make and things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Was it your initiative that got this back up and running again?
Well, I mean, I had some help for sure, but I came in 2 years ago and said, well, this really needs, we've got to bring this back to where it was. It's a huge thing for us for PR and Environment Canada. They would do a tour every week, pretty much in the summer. 30 or 40 people come here at lunchtime on their lunch hour, and I mean they're just up the street, so they would come in and we do the whole tour with them, and they were really excited. There was a waiting list, so
I'm sure.
I think I've got through the first 10 floors of the building, but there's like 20 more to go. So there's always next summer, right? For sure. All the sages are still here, the golden sages. And my favorite, which is gone now, was Cuban oregano. It was just here. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it before. It's like a fuzzy leaf, almost very small. You wouldn't really chop it up into anything and use it. You'd more like steep it into a broth or something. But it was incredible flavor. Like some of the things that grew here were just amazing. And we try and change it up every year, right? So we've got different things going on.
Well, it seems like you have an incredible variety and diversity of different flavors and textures, and just from an aesthetic point of view too.
No, and it was all about colour too, right? So we have nasturtiums and daylilies and a lot of like edible flowers. So we really had a lot of colour. That was really important. So it wasn't just all greenery. This one here is pretty amazing. This is Fairmont has a partnership with Mission Hill Wineries in the Okanagan. So a year and a half ago, this is a Chardonnay grapevine from Mission Hill. When we first arrived, this is it here. The original piece came to here.
Oh really?
Yeah, and that's in one summer it grew all this, and this one started as well. So we're going to have to trellis it next year for the summer, because now it's just going sideways.
Oh yeah, and those things grow.
Oh yeah.
Once they get a hold in there.
And it produces grapes and everything, so we're not making wine yet, but we'll get there, right?
That's the next phase, right?
Yeah. Blueberries here on these guys. Yeah. 3 of them. So this is like another fruit bed. Yeah. We have the alpine strawberries. You can see they're still kind of here. They snake along the ground.
I've got some of those at home. Yeah. They're good. They're tasty.
Oh, I know that. My biggest challenge is the birds, and then all the kids. The kids come, right? They move the tags around too.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah.
The birds or the kids?
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure. This is a yellow plum tree. We've had it for 2 years now, but it might take a while to bear some fruit. Yeah. For sure. But if it does, it would be beautiful. It's quite healthy, the soil. It's when we actually redid the garden, we turned the soil over. It's about 4 feet deep, the soil. We turned it over and we found it was, even though it was compacted over the years with the wind, the rain, etc., we turned it over. It was actually quite healthy. So we just added composting in on top of it. We had a big truck on the street and blew it up on a huge hose.
Okay, yeah.
So
4 feet deep. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, the bay leaf tree is the biggest thing we have here. Obviously, the center one. Yeah. And Yeah, we had bronze fennel around here, and we'd use the fennel seeds, crush them, use them in a crust for fish and things like that. So